Hi, Mom. Hey, Joss. I tried to get you in. Okay,
Let's
there
see.
you are. Hey,
Ow, ow,
AMU's in the house, in the
ow.
building.
Strike,
Hey, Kia.
strike, and strike again.
Hey, Kia. Hey,
How do I
Kiva.
sound? Oh,
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 hi, Kiva.
oh, oh, oh. Hi, Selma.
Hi, Selma.
How do I sound?
He's, uh, huh?
How do I
You
sound?
sound fine.
Correct?
You sound fine. Hi, Coach
Great.
Joslyne. In the
Hi,
building.
Stacey.
In the building with the shiftHER crew. All right.
Hi,
We'll wait for
Stacey.
a couple more people to come in. Hi, do I know this? Hey, Haley. Haley's
Bye.
in the building.
Sorry, class is ending here, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to be
So
saying some byes and highs.
everybody, Jocelyn joined us. She just finished training somebody. Look, everybody's in the building for Jocelyn.
Don't do this.
We're having fun. So, guys, you have to understand this is our relationship, right? We just, hey, Malika. Um,
Hi.
um, this is our relationship, Jocelyn and I. So I'll give you. I'm just going to jump in. So Jocelyn, I found her because I saw a video of her that somebody else posted that went there to Spark Fit, and I was in a deep, deep hole. The menopause thing was full blast. I didn't know what the hell was happening. It was just all over the place. I gained 50 pounds in a year. It was just a mess. And of course, we were living in Kennesaw. I used to go to the gym in town, and I just couldn't make that ride anymore. It just wasn't work. It just didn't work for me anymore. So I decided that I was going to email this trainer, Joslyne Jackson at Spark Fit, and I did. And we sat in the lobby. Hey, Andrew. Um, we,
My business partner, Brian, is.
hi, Brian. Let's say hi to Brian. Brian, come in the
Brian, come say
come
hi.
say
Come say
hi in the
hi. See?
frame.
See?
Let's do it. Don't be funny. Is he being
He's
creepy? Okay.
trolling me.
Okay. Come in.
He doesn't have any Spark Fit
Hey,
gear on.
Brian. This
I'm
is the
sorry, y'all.
co-founder
What's
of
up, Stacey?
Spark Fit. There goes Brian. Say hi
I
to
was trying
Brian,
to get everybody
everybody.
out so y'all can have some privacy. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Hey, Edith.
Okay.
Oh, God.
This is what I deal with all day.
Yes, all day. So anyway, Jocelyn and I, we sat down, we talked. I told her what my challenges were, which were many. And she knew, I told her that I used to work out that robustly, like it was a part of my life. And I had lost that and I needed to get it back. But I was very scared. I was extremely fragile as it relates to being in the gym. Hey, Alma. Hey, Dre. Um, and and Jocelyn took over. Is that is that correct, Jocelyn? Okay.
I took over. Yeah, I
Okay.
like
She
that. I
took
like how you
over.
put that. Yes.
Yes, she became the boss of me. And it was really hard at first because I wasn't accustomed to her style of training, and I was just fragile. Like I was wounded just from menopause, other things that were happening with me. The weight gain was paralyzing because I worked so hard to get where I all the weight that I lost and the strength that I've gained. It felt like it was all gone, right?
Right.
And so steps in Jocelyn. Is this assessment correct, Jocelyn?
Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah.
agree. What I appreciate what you did is you gave me the guidelines. You say, hey, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to need from you, and I just followed the plan.
Oh, that's what we do. We're following my plan.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if anybody went on Jocelyn's page or Spark Fit's page, but Jocelyn is quite athletic. She played basketball for FAMU, so she is a college athlete. Like she's legit an athlete, and so it it was hard because again, she is an athlete and she believes in strength, right? But I was worried that maybe she just didn't know how to train somebody who was going through menopause, right? Like, how do you know, is that different or whatever? And she really took the reins. So that's what I really appreciate about her. And as I said in the video that I posted during the week, that she is truly on Team Stacey. And I needed somebody that was going to stand tall for me and really push me and even advocate for me, right?
Right.
So we built this relationship. It's been 18 months. I wouldn't trade her for the world. She's amazing. So, Joslyne.
Has it been 18 months?
Yes. Oh, it feels like forever, huh?
Time flies when we're having fun.
Oh, okay, let's do that. All right. That was nice, Joss. So I kind of want to tell everybody how you um a little bit about your background, like where you started before you started Spark Fit, because you are a pandemic baby, correct?
I am. I
Yeah.
am.
So how did that happen?
So my business partner and I, we were at a global gym, and then of course everything shut down. And we had been planning this process. At some point, we were going to make Spark Fit happen, and then COVID shut everything down. We were like, "This is the spark we needed," no pun intended, to go ahead and start this dream that we have for ourselves. So just some things aligned, and we were able to make it happen.
And it happened.
And it
And
happened.
yeah,
It's going.
and there's a spark, and this is the Spark Fit community. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah. That's what we wanted to build because people don't leave something that they feel a part of, right? The community is what gets you into the building. Like Brian and I are great, but it's that teammate that you're looking forward to seeing every day. That's going to keep you accountable. It's going to keep pushing you. That really keeps us together.
and I, which I think is interesting. And I'm, again, you know me,
Yeah,
I'm not accustomed to that, right?
you're doing a great job.
I'm
You're
trying.
you are
So,
trying.
guys,
And that's all we
everybody,
want to do is try.
when you come to Spark Fit, everybody's saying good morning. Everybody's like, yay, yay, go, go. You're working out, right? Even if I'm working out just with Joslyne, I'm training with her. Like, people are like, you can do it, Stacey. Go, Stacey. I'm like, what?
And that's
Okay.
what we need because the gym can be intimidating, right?
Hmm.
So if I'm coming into people saying, "You got this, how you doing today?" Like that already kind of lowers my shoulders. I'm relaxed and I'm prepared for whatever we have on the board that day.
On the board. And Joslyne will explain what that means. So I'm going to get right into it because everybody just wants to know, how do I work out? What do I do, etc. So, like, what is intentional movement? Like, what does that mean? Like, Joslyne, we're just looking at your FAMU hat. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Rattlers. Anybody? Any Rattlers in the house? Um, intentional movement. So I think it is really important for us to pour into ourselves, right? So pouring into ourselves allows us to function at our highest point. And I think the things that we need to function well, we need to move, right? We need to eat properly, we need to recover. So we talk about the movement, that is anything that gets me active. So if it's just walking, I'm moving, right? So that's intentional for myself, that's intentional for my goals and my plans. If it's me needing to get into the gym 5 to 6 days a week, that's intentional. So it's whatever is going to allow you to be consistent and it works best with you for you, that's intentional.
Okay. So is there, like, we work out together 3 days a week,
Right.
right? And I think it's pretty intense. Okay. And
But you love it?
I love it.
Okay.
And I feel I feel like I get a lot out of it. And as I tell everybody, you've heard me say that my focus has shifted. It's not about weight loss, it's about wellness,
Right.
right? I need my strength. At 52 years old, I need a lot of strength to hold up to keep myself stable, right? As I get older, and to be strong.
Right.
That's important, right? And I feel like the weight will come. And
Right.
Josh brings me there. So for people that are on that don't know a lot about working out, like let's say that their regimen is walking. Do you think that walking is enough?
So, so if you come to me and say, "Hey, Joslyne, I just want to walk," I'm gonna give you a high five. Go walk. I'm proud of you because again, you are being intentional. You are moving. If you want to get to some other levels of your fitness, let's start to incorporate some weight training. Let's incorporate some type of mobility, some recovery. But if walking is what is going to get you to move and allow you to pour into yourself, let's walk, right? Because I don't want to force fitness. Again, sometimes fitness can be intimidating. If walking is going to get you to move, if walking is going to get you off the couch, if walking is going to get you to pour into yourself, let's walk.
Right.
However, but if you do have different goals, like if I have a private client, we're not going to just walk, we're going to lift, right?
Right.
Because lifting is so important especially for women, right? I'm going to recommend that we lift about 2 to 3 times per week. Let's lift some heavy things.
So why is it important for women?
As we age, this is what your platform is about, right? Aging, putting on muscle is so important. Bone health is important. As we get older, things start to slow down. So when we lift, that metabolism is able to be sped up. It's sustained, right? So lifting just keeps us strong. It helps us with our posture, our confidence, our body composition, just overall health.
So for people that don't like to go to the gym,
Yep.
right? Which again, I don't, I've never been the, as you say, global gym person. Like it feels weird. You don't seem to get much done. It's just weird. And I've always been the type to get with the experts, right? Not play around with, just on my own, to leave myself to my own devices. Do you think that it is better for people to get one-on-one training than it is for people to go
I
at
love that
on their
question.
own?
I love it. I think everybody needs a coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even your expertise. If I need to have the greatest fit on what I wear to this party, I'm reaching out to you, right?
Yep.
If you want to learn how to lift weights, get a coach, get a trainer. If you want to learn how to even do yoga properly, I think everyone needs to be coached in some type of aspect. So if the gym is intimidating for you, speak to an expert.
And you feel so it's hard finding a trainer. I don't
Yeah.
know about you guys who are on, like, I mean, honestly, trainers are on especially in
We're out
Atlanta.
there. We're out there. There are some things to look for when you are looking
And
for
what
a trainer.
are those things?
Certifications are important, right?
Certifications.
Make sure they have the knowledge.
Wait, stop in your tracks really quick. I just want to be clear, and I'm
That's
not. Listen. I'm
not the
not.
only thing you need,
But
but
I'm
they are
not
important.
minimizing people. Joslyne graduated from FAMU with a degree in health science. So let's start. That's where we're jumping from that point. Okay. And certifications, correct, Joslyne? There are some national certifications, well known, that your trainers should have. Is that
Right.
correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
And what other attributes do you think makes a good trainer so that people, if they're out there looking for trainers, that they can find them?
I think they have to meet your personality. I think I've asked you initially, you like that drill sergeant type of trainer? Do you like the cheerleader? Your personalities do have to meet, I think, in some aspect there. They have to fit whatever your program is. So if I'm training for a marathon, you probably don't want me as your trainer because I hate running and I don't know how to train a marathon runner. I mean, I can get you strong, but their expertise has to meet whatever your goals are.
Well, yeah, because when I came to you, there was I was like,
Right.
no yelling. I don't do yelling. Do not
You
yell at
can
me to
find them at Spark. Yes, you can find them at Spark.
You can
Yes.
find them at Spark. Thank you very much. Who is that? Who is that,
That
Joslyne?
is Fernanda. She
Hi.
is a member here and our content creator for all of our Spark Fit social media.
Okay, excellent. um,
Hola.
but okay, there we go. This is what you get. Hola. Um,
That means
uh,
hello.
okay, so we're doing that. Okay, thank you. So I'm out there trying to find a trainer, and people like you have people like the yellers, all the yelling, and we're not going to mention a place here where everybody's just like the person who's leading the class. They wear the headphones and they're screaming at people, and that's a lot, right? And it's intimidating, right? So if you're trying to learn and trying to sculpt your body and really to make seismic shifts in how you work out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like,
But again, I think if you like that, if that's what you want, then that's the place for you. You have to find the place that fits your personality, the place that's, again, is going to allow you to get to your goal, because consistency is key. If I'm not comfortable in that environment, I'm not going to show up. So therefore, I'm not going to be consistent. I'm not going to get to my goals. So you have to find a place that you are comfortable at.
okay. And so, all right. So when we work out,
Yeah.
right? I mean, we there's a lot happening, right? Like today, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
we did what was it called? It wasn't every minute on the minute, um, but we did the bike, right? I had to get on the bike for 10 calories, and then after that,
Yes,
we were
Sam.
doing some kind of
So typically, this is the program, the format for your program. So we always start with the warm up, right? The warm up is probably the most important part of your workout, because that's going to allow your nervous system to get acclimated. You're going to start sweating, your heart rate's going to increase, and you're just going through movement prep. Like, we're not going to hop into something cold. You want to prepare your body, especially as we are older athletes, older clients.
yep.
We need to warm up, right? If we
Okay,
hop into something without being warm, the
so
likelihood of
everybody,
injury
I just want to make sure
increases.
everybody's hearing this. Joslyne just said that you must warm up, full stop, like non-negotiable. And this is what happens every time we work out.
Yeah.
There is a full warm up. That warm up is at, what is it? How many minutes is it, Joss?
It's about 10 to 15 minutes. And within that warm up, I get to just get a feel for you for that day. How are you feeling? How did you eat? How did you sleep? Those are huge indicators of how the workout is going to
And
go.
guys, I just want to point out, she's asking this every session.
Yeah.
She says, "What did you eat last night?" Right? Because that's an indicator. It's almost like she has telepathy. She doesn't even have to ask me. If I'm moving slow, she's like, "What did you eat last night?" Because
Yeah, pizza
your
last night.
movement
Yep.
is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you drink a lot of water yesterday? Because I can tell you didn't. Because guess what? You're stiff, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So these are every single session we have. This is what she's asking me. What did I eat? How did I sleep? How does my body feel? Are you sore anywhere, etc. So those are expectations you should have for a personal trainer.
Right.
All right. So now we've done the warm up, and these warm ups usually include, like for instance, today it was inchworms, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Inchworms. It was hollow holds. Um,
So we typically, you start with some foam rolling, because you do
yeah,
have some
yeah.
areas that we're trying to rehab. So
Mhm.
the foam rolling, she knows when you had
She knows we have
alcohol.
alcohol too, right? Yeah. I don't drink, so that's not a problem for me. But
Soma
okay, I
doesn't
get
drink either. Yes, we do some foam rolling, just to get our body acclimated and loosened, and then we go through some dynamic movement. So you want to warm up the way that you're going to work out. So in our workout, we are using a lot of muscle groups. Therefore, I'm putting my body through a lot of different movements in the warm up to, again, prepare for the workout. Um, you were having some shoulder issues, so we're working on some shoulder stability. Therefore, that's why we did the inchworms. Again, just to fire your core too. So the more muscles that we can have engaged, it just allows us to move properly without any injury likelihood
okay.
there.
So we warmed up.
Mm-hmm.
We're ready to go, right?
Yep.
So okay,
And that's something we do. Like, this is not just for our private training. Every Spark class. So at Spark Fit Training, we do specialize in group training. So every class we start off with a warm up. So you're going to see this in group training, private training, online training. The warm up is the
and
most important thing.
also be clear that the reason why we're going through this exercise is that so that you can be empowered if you're looking for a personal trainer or you're looking to go to a gym, right? Where it's not a global gym, right? Something that's with more structure, right? So you know what to expect or know what to look for, or look for the red flags, right? The things that if they're not happening, maybe you should kind of think about this, right? I'm just trying to empower you with information here. Okay, so my goal is strength. My goal is, of course, gaining muscle, and yes, I would like to lose weight, but again, because my sugar addiction is kind of hinders that sometimes. Yeah, all right. Anywho's, moving along. So why do you choose, knowing that I want to be stronger, knowing that I'm okay with the muscle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lean muscle, etc. Why do you choose the movements that you choose, like farmer's carry, like when you're holding two kettlebells and you're walking like tight? Why do you choose those things? Like,
So
why is that it?
there are like 7 functional movements that we should be doing on a daily basis. So we should be always pushing, pulling, squatting, hinging, lunging, rotating, and walking. So those are the movements that I typically like to program, because those are just functional movements that you do throughout the day, any daily activity.
Mm-hmm.
So for your split, since you do come 3 times a week, that allows me to just kind of open up some of the programming. So you're able to hit legs one day, upper body one
No,
day, and
legs are every
then
day.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Leg,
Leg day is every day.
leg
Spark
day is
Fit,
every
you
day.
know that. You know that. Um, and then our third day of the week, we have our conditioning day. So again, if you are trying to build muscle, you need to work the muscles. You need to spend that time under tension. So you need to work more than one muscle group. So that's why we typically have those 3-day splits.
And under tension means pain. So let's just keep it up.
Not pain. We don't
Oh,
like the word pain. I don't like the word pain.
do you guys see that? Did you did you see that?
Wait, who gave?
No, but
Somebody gave a thumbs up.
it came up on the screen. Did you see
I
it?
saw that. What does that mean?
I must have made a you. So
Oh,
we made a movement and it did it. Yeah. Um, but it is pain. It hurts.
it's a good hurt, because if you were in pain, you wouldn't be showing up consistently, right? Pain keeps us away from the gym. Pain, we need to address that in a different matter.
So what would you?
It's a little burn, it's a little soreness.
Okay. So can somebody tell me in the comments, is it burn or pain? I just want to know. And burning is pain, so it is,
Spark
right?
tribe, choose wisely. All
Uh,
right, I'm just saying
here we
that.
go. She's
Okay.
threatening people now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, guys, if you have questions, feel free to ask them or put them in the box. And because Joss is right. Okay. Thank you.
Burning, soreness. See,
Why are y'all kissing up to her? Why are y'all kissing up to her?
I don't think they're kissing up. They're educated, because this is the things that we focus on at Spark Fit, right? We want to educate our athletes. We have a lot of people in the chat that compete at the highest level, so they know how to take care of their bodies. They understand the process.
Are you implying that I
No,
don't
no, no, no,
understand?
no, 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 not at all, not at all. No.
This is what our sessions are like. No, this is what our sessions are like. This is what we do all day long.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Okay. So
Burn.
Edith says burn, like they say in yoga. Is it uncomfortable or is it pain? We stop
Correct.
if it's pain.
Love that.
Correct, Edith. Yes.
Love that.
Jocelyn, that's what
Love
Jocelyn says.
that. Yes, no pain.
Anywho's okay. So the way you
Sorry.
train, again, it was something new for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are they called? EMOMs, which is every minute on the minute.
Yeah, so those are all of our CrossFit methodology acronyms. So we have EMOMs, which is every minute on the minute. So typically, you're doing a movement within that 60-second time frame, trying to earn a rest. So if it takes me 30 seconds to do my 15 kettlebell swings, therefore I've earned a 30-second rest. So it's just another style of interval training. The other acronym we have AMREP, so as many rounds as possible or as many reps as possible. So you're just pushing yourself to the goal,
Is
right?
that
I'm
what
pushing myself
we did
within that.
today? AMRAP. We did
Yeah, you
AMRAP.
did an 8-minute AMREP, right?
Okay.
So
And
you were trying
I
to
did
get
finish
as
it,
many
right?
rounds and reps.
I finished it, correct?
You did
Just for the record.
finish. Yeah, yeah. So
Under
you're
the
going to
8 minutes.
finish. There is an 8-minute clock, but within that 8 minutes, you're trying to get as many rounds or reps as possible
Okay, very good.
within that circuit. It's just a different style of interval training.
Okay, very, very good. Okay. So you said that you think that having a coach or a trainer is best. That, like, if you can, it's something you should do, right?
Yeah.
I think we also isolated that. I mean, walking is great. Intentional movement is great, right? It is fabulous,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it is imperative, man or woman, that we need to build muscle, because muscle equals strength, and it equals what? Longevity, correct?
Longevity. Muscle equals longevity. Yes.
Right?
And our bones matter.
What'd you say?
Our bones matter. As we get older, our bone density starts to decrease, right? And the likelihood of falls or just
Yeah.
loss of calcium, all that happens.
And just to bring it full circle, as it relates to menopause and perimenopause and menopause, right? If while we're losing estrogen, again, our bone protection starts to shift, right? So you start to lose muscle, right? And that's not good. So you have to build that muscle up, right? And that is what's important there. It is just it's so important to build muscle. So women worrying about whether or not they're going to bulk up, right, Joss? Like, it's silly. Say.
Not going to happen. I promise. I've been a trainer for almost, I can't remember because I'm old, but I've never had any of my women clients complain about being too bulky. It's the opposite. They love it, right? And I would need to inject you with something for you to get completely bulky, like what you're fearful of. Embrace it. We need the muscles. We need them. We need them. We need them.
Okay, and I don't. N Yates 01 is asking, what are some supplements that you recommend? So, what's so funny?
Nothing.
So
my top three.
go.
I'll just keep it my top three. Protein. Protein matters, right? Again, if we're trying to build muscle, that is just our building block, right? Protein. I don't care if it's vegan or whey. Whey just makes my stomach flip right now thinking about it. But if you enjoy whey, have at it. If you need pea protein, have at it. Take your protein. Multivitamin. A lot of our food doesn't have the vitamin and mineral complex that it should have, just because of the environment and the soil. So take your multivitamins. And then my third one would be, let's go with just vitamin D. I like vitamin D, right?
Yep. And yeah, I would add that I think those three are brilliant. If you're asking me personally, I don't take a multi, right? But I literally isolate. So I take magnesium glycinate, I take vitamin D, I take vitamin C, I take absorbic acid, actually. But and of course, protein is like king, right? Like whether you get it, and it just needs to be a good quality protein, right? If you're getting it from your food, or if you're getting it from a powder, the powder should be good quality. Don't do trash.
Yeah, quality
Invest.
is the best. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you feel about creatine?
Creatine. Love it. Love it. Love it. Especially for the intensity that we train at. It's a great recovery supplement. So I'll take that. I'll take that after each workout.
Absolutely holding up well. Perimenopausal women
Hi,
and
Deanna.
menopausal women need to lift.
Yes.
Full stop. Right. Agreed. I think we all agree. Josh, you agree, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Holding up well. Yes. B12. I also take B12. I take What brand of protein do you like? Is somebody stirring up trouble?
See, no.
Oh. What brand of protein do I use? I use what is the brand that I use?
Terrible names. It's from Thorne.
Oh, I don't use Thorne,
Yeah,
but that's actually a very good brand.
Yeah.
First of all, any supplement that Thorne kicks out.
Sorry, I still order some of my supplements from Lifetime Fitness.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's that.
So what I'm looking for my supplements, I see the GMP stamps. I know they're third party tested, like because the supplement industry is not regulated, so someone can just make creatine and say, here's creatine. So I'm looking at certain ingredients. So I just trust the products from there.
Josh, say that again about the stamp, guys.
GMP. So freak.
No, you said it right.
Yeah, GMP.
It's the GMP stamp.
Good. Yeah.
So I feel like, and even if you're vegan, there's plenty of vegan protein powders out there, a million, right? I actually have what is the name of this? Good grief. Anywho.
Vegamax. Yeah.
There's a lot of them. What is that? So Haley, you said you love Planta's protein powders. Oh, okay. Where do you get that from, Hales? Tell us.
Fish
All right.
oil. I forgot about my fish oil.
That's
Yes,
my
fish
mom.
oil.
Josh,
Fish
that's my mom.
oil. Yes. How did I forget about that?
That's my
My
mom. Mommy,
mom.
yes, you do take fish oil. Yes. And it also helps with the memory, the fish oil.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Recovery.
Also, let's talk.
Collagen too. I forgot about collagen. All my athletes, collagen, fish oil,
I
recovery.
can't take collagen. It doesn't work for me. All right. Okay, hold on. I have so many questions. You don't even understand.
I'm ready.
So, if somebody has like a home workout, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they're working out from home,
Mm-hmm.
right? Do you recommend that they buy weights or do you, well, wait. I'm sorry. Let me back up. So, we also do resistance training, right? Without physical weights, right? We do body resistance.
That would be body weight.
So,
So
body weight.
resistance implies I'm loading the movement. So we do body weight and resistance.
And that's why you're the
And then,
trainer. Very good. So, this is us all day long. You have to
okay.
understand this is
It's
us
okay.
all day.
Right.
So,
That's why I'm here.
all right. So if you're at home and you want to work out at home, what would you recommend people have at home?
So I have online clients that I train as well, and just the home package. I need you to grab some dumbbells, kettlebells. If you can't get a barbell, that's difficult to have in the home, but at least some type of loading equipment, so we can load the movement with the dumbbell, kettlebell. Even some resistance bands are okay, but I'd rather have something that's a little heavier.
But can't you get that from the resistance bands if they are different tensions?
It just doesn't have the same load bearing as the dumbbell or kettlebell or the
Okay.
barbell. But there are plenty of benefits from resistance bands.
Okay, so that's
Yeah,
good to know, everybody. So
yeah,
there's plenty of benefit in the resistance bands, but
right.
Jocelyn prefers the loading of the
So
being
it
able
can
to
be a
load.
progression. So if I can go from a body weight movement, progress that to resistance bands, and then start to progress to the dumbbells or barbells. So getting comfortable with the movements first. I can start it off with the body weight and then load it with the resistance bands and then the dumbbells, kettlebells.
Okay, so we also do we do push-ups a lot, right?
Yeah, the push up, to me, it's equivalent to the squat for the upper body, right? So again, we think about those functional movements. We push a lot throughout the day,
Mhm.
right? So let's get that movement stronger. We squat a lot throughout the day. So let's get the squat movement pattern stronger as well. So I think push-ups, pull-ups, squats, fundamental movements that we should be able to do properly.
So what I find to be interesting about how you train is that it's like building blocks. That's what it feels like Legos. Like you're always building. Meaning this. Like I see how you're trying to get me. So Jocelyn obviously is trying to get me to do pull-ups. This is happening, right? It's happening. And
Because you stated, hey, Joslyne, I think you sent me a video, right? You always slide into my DMs. You said, hey, I want to be able to do a pull up. So again, I'm following your lead and what you want. So yes, we are building to you being able to do a pull up.
so what you're saying is that that's me, not you.
Yep. So
Any
as a good coach, listen to your clients. They tell you what they want.
I
So
don't
listen to your
I
clients.
need y'all to understand you cannot believe what she's saying. She's not telling the truth. Because this is fundamentally what Jocelyn does. The pull up is something they do at Spark. This is what everybody's doing. And guess what? It really, you're getting the strength if you're doing that,
Right.
right? So she builds. And I think that that's something different. I feel like you're just not doing it. You're just not doing movement, right? We're building to something,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I feel like that's important because you allow me to progress, right? You're giving me room. You're meeting me where I am
Right.
and getting me to get the confidence to do something, right? To get to that level where I can actually do a pull up.
Right, because again, there are progressions. If you remember at Spark, we always say we should be able to make something harder or easier, right? So if your goal is to get to a pull up, you don't have that pull up right now, there should be progressions to get there. So let's see if you can hang from your barbells. We call it a dead hang. If you can't hang from the barbell, there's no way you're going to be able to do a pull up, right? So we work on just different progressions. If you're able to hang but not exactly get your chin over the bar, let's use some assistance with. I just have some members, they're trolling me right now. Bye, Nicole. Bye, Mel. We can use a band. We can use our rings that we have set up here. We can use the barbell for an inverted row. So there's always a way to do the movement to eventually get you to where you want to get to.
So guys, interestingly enough, when I first got to Spark Fit, I was like, what is this? Like there's not a lot of like what you would perceive it.
What you would find at a global
correct.
Gym. Right.
And I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? Like this, how am I gonna lose weight and gain muscle and all these things? I found out.
Because we move in space, right? We don't want to be confined under this piece of equipment. I love equipment, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But the more muscle groups that we can get to working at one time is going to benefit you a little bit more than just sitting behind that leg extension machine.
And I want to be clear. I'm not saying they don't have equipment. What I am saying, I found out real quick.
Have equipment.
That is correct, Sammy. Yeah, very, very quick.
Yeah.
0 to 100.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that. So I'm not intimating that there's no equipment. What I'm saying is that if you look at a global gym, right? There's equipment everywhere, right? Even the gym I came from, which is more of a personal training gym. That's all they do. And there's this equipment. At Spark, you really learn how to, like, there's rowers, there's bikes here, there's barbells, etc. But I mean, there's a lot to be done.
Right.
A lot to be done.
So we are a functional fitness facility. So we're teaching you how to move your body at a different function and functionality that you can apply when you walk outside of these doors.
And right? I'm better for it. Yeah. I would. I gauge everything on how fast can I go up the stairs in my house.
There you go.
I do.
Or how many grocery bags can I carry, right? I'm not going back to the car.
I'm not.
No way.
It's one.
I'm not.
I don't care.
One shot. God. Because of the farmer's carries, right?
And correct. So that I definitely, it really reset my whole thinking on fitness. You really did that. All right. So I'm sure people want to, one of my very dearest friends that I've known since I'm 18 years old, she said, you need to ask Joslyne, how do I build a butt?
Ooh, that's my specialty.
So this is Joslyne's specialty. So how do you build a butt, Joss?
Well, all right. So, I mean, the butt it's a muscle, right? So we have to load it. We have to go through that hypertrophy stage. You have to do your weight training, right? If you're looking to gain muscle, you need to be probably in a surplus for your calories. So you'd be eating enough.
Hold on. So whoa. What did you say?
You probably need to be in a surplus, right, of calories because you're trying to gain.
Well, look at us. Gaining. So be
and
clear.
Typically, women, right, we don't eat enough. So it is okay to be in that surplus because you are being intentional with your movement. You're not just eating crap and not being active. It's okay to have those extra calories. And those calories can come from your protein.
Joslyne, you know, and I'm sure everybody will agree with me, that is so counter to what's out there in the universe. Are you listening to your live?
Yes.
It's counter to what's out in the market, what people are saying, all the rigmarole and BS that's out there, right? So you're saying if you're trying to build muscle.
Right, hypertrophy, you want to be in a surplus. I'm not sure of how much of a surplus, but typically they say maybe 500 calories or more are added to your diet. And then, squats.
Not shots.
We do a lot of squatting here. So you have to use that
every
muscle,
day.
Right? Every day. Leg days every day. Lunges. I love Bulgarian split squats where we have that rear foot elevated just to increase that range of motion. So anytime we can increase the range of motion, you're putting the muscles under a little bit more time under tension, Therefore, you're stretching it and putting it under more stress. So when we put the muscles under more stress, things are moving inside of our body that just allows it to grow in a
So the other
faster
day
route.
we were talking about the butt, and what is that area called? When you have that curve in one's butt,
The dimple,
like
yeah,
the good
yeah,
dimple,
yeah.
right? So how do you gain that? That's what people want to know.
And also, we have to think about like our butt is our powerhouse. That's where we get a lot of our power. Again, if we talk about functionality, we want to be powerful just throughout the day. So we need to use it. So doing movements like, yes, your deadlifts, your wall balls, kettlebell swings. So anytime that we can use the powerhouse, you are using your glutes and your hips and your hamstrings. All those things are connected.
So that's how you're going to build the butt. So you
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that girl? You remember that girl that built a butt in like 100 days? Like she did like 100 squats a day. Do you remember that? It was like all over the
Uh-uh.
internet. Anyway, so is that
I mean, I love those squat challenges, but air squats, it's my personal, this is my opinion. I don't think air squats are going to get you there. You need to put some load to that. So let's maybe add a dumbbell to that squat. Let's add a kettlebell, a barbell.
like when we did what are they called? What squats did we do the other day? Yesterday, on yesterday. I was with you yesterday with the barbell in the middle, and
A
I'm squatting.
trap bar. Yeah. The hexagon bar. Yeah.
No, when
No.
I'm holding the dumbbell in between my legs and I'm squatting.
Goblet squat.
Goblet squats. That's scary. They're scary. They're very scary and uncomfortable.
But yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the burn is really there in the middle
The
of the
burn is
legs.
there. Yeah.
The burn is there. All right.
The good
So,
burn.
but is that going to help you build the butt?
Yeah. Because you're squatting,
Even the
right?
goblet squat?
Mm-hmm.
So, so all of the squats, as long as
All
they're
the
loaded,
squats.
you just think
I
that
mean,
that's
there's nothing wrong with the air squats. Yes, you're gonna feel that burn, but again, if we're trying to be in that hypertrophy stage of training, you need to add a load. You got to add a load there for the muscles to grow.
so there's no way for the muscles to grow if you're not adding weight.
Not necessarily, but to speed up that process, add a load.
So muscles can grow without the weight?
Yeah, yeah, by repetitions.
Okay, yeah. I think I've heard this also. Yes. All
Mm-hmm.
right. That makes sense. So I you have members
Yeah.
that are older than me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And are very
Mm-hmm.
active. I mean, robust, powering through these classes,
Mm-hmm.
right? And would you recommend that everybody that is able lift weights, regardless of age,
Mm-hmm.
right? Running around the block and all this is great, and you're burning calories and the rest. But as I say, everything isn't about weight, like losing
Right.
weight, right?
Right. That will come if you're lifting. Um, yeah, I think I started lifting weights when I was in high school. Like I had a trainer in high school. Again, I was training
You
to get to the next level of basketball. My oldest client that I've trained before was in her 70s. Um, yeah, there's any age I want you to lift.
It's just important, right?
It's just important. Yeah,
You've got to do
yeah,
it, and you can't hold back, along with the nutrition,
right.
correct? Like if you're trying to get gains, if you're trying to gain anything, right? If you're trying to build muscle, lose weight, whatever, the nutrition piece is so very important.
Those big three. So movement, right? Nutrition, recovery, sleep. So none of this matters if I'm not getting enough sleep.
Well, let's talk about it.
Let's talk
So
about it, right?
sleep.
I can come in here, have a great workout, get my protein, drink all my water, then I sleep 3 hours out of the day. My body's just I'm constantly playing catch up. And I'm
Constantly.
constantly putting my body under stress. And when we're under stress, things start to break down. So sleep is the priority.
So sleep is a priority. So,
Uh-huh.
but you can get through your workout. Like that's not a problem. Like I mean,
You can get through it right now, but it's going to catch you at some point, right?
is it?
Yeah, it will. And we we ignore that. We ignore the body talking to us, right? We see that check engine light on, but we're just ignoring it. We're going to keep driving, and eventually something's going to happen. And it's going to prevent us from coming into the gym when we could have responded to that check engine light by recovery, fueling properly.
So if you had to tell somebody right now, tell everybody that's on outside of the Sparks Fit tribe, because they know already, if you had to recommend 5 movements that everybody should do, trainer or not, what would it be? What would they be?
5 is a lot.
All right, 3. No, 5, Josh. Shit, you put me as much as you put me through. Damn, you can come out with 5.
My favorite movement, and I think it's the most functional movement, I'll do 2. Overhead squat, but that's so complex. It can be intimidating, but it just shows me everything. It tells me everything about the member or my client based off how they perform an overhead squat. But I think a deadlift is great because you're working a lot of muscle groups at one point. Burpee sit-ups,
holding up well,
and it's really a deadlift is so functional, right? It's a movement pattern that you go through almost every day.
Even with the
right, you're picking something
bar, even with the hex bar.
Oh yeah. So you can perform a deadlift with a hex bar, a barbell, dumbbells, resistance bands.
Okay.
I think it's a really functional movement.
Squat, deadlift.
Squats. Again, we can just talk about those 7 functional movements again. So we squat, right? We hinge, which is a deadlift. We lunge, we rotate. So that can be with like the banded rotations. We push, we pull, and we run our gait. So just those 7 functional movements. So out of those 7 functional movements, you can just pick and choose from there.
So you said deadlift.
Deadlift will be our hinge. Our squat would be with a back squat, front squat, overhead squat, med.
But when you say hold on, when you say front squat, back squat, you're talking about where the bar is, correct?
Where the bar or your load is placed. So I can load it in the front.
And load is weight, y'all.
The weight.
Load is weight.
Yes. So like I mentioned, the barbell, the kettlebell, the dumbbells, wherever you're positioning the weight is where we designate if it's a front or back squat or overhead squat.
Okay, so deadlift, squat.
Then a lunge. So we can load the lunge the same way. I can have my weight in the front, the back, overhead.
This I know.
By your side.
This I know.
Deadlifts. Oh, I know you hate deadlifts, Deanna. Deadlifts do get a bad rap because the likelihood of injury is sort of high if we don't do them properly or we put too much of a load on it. But we'll talk about the importance of form overload, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about lunges and then we talk about pushing. So we'll keep pushing. You can apply pushing to your lower body as well. So a push is a squat, right? The pull can be your hinge, which is the deadlift. Upper body pushing, push-ups, shoulder press, bench press, even a tricep push down.
And all these things are things people can do at home. All these things.
It's
none
a
of
lot.
these things
There's so many movements.
Right.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Have fun. Find the fun. You have to find the fun.
Find a coach that makes it easier. I know our days are so complex. Like find somebody to do the work for you. All you do is show up and it's right here for you.
It's on the
board. Make it easier.
Right,
it's on
the board.
Yes.
Okay, so one thing that I noticed about you when we started training was how meticulous you are about form. I mean, like you're like, okay, stop, right? And not in a negative way. You're always trying to course correct. You're always course correcting me, right? And so why is form so important?
Oh, it keeps us healthy. And again, the goal is consistency. So if you're doing it the wrong way over and over, the likelihood of you injuring yourself is going to increase. If you're injured, you're not going to be in the building, right? You're not going to get to your goals. So again, my responsibility, our responsibility here as coaches is to keep you healthy and injury free. So that's why we focus so much on form, right?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing you
It
can
was
do.
and I think I told that to you a lot at first. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, like you were very, like when you're lunging, watch your back foot. Like that's the big thing. Keep your foot aligned. Alignment is, you're always talking about alignment.
Right.
Where your shoulders are as relates to your feet, etc. Like when I jump rope, you're always talking about circles. These are things that stick. These are things that stick out to me. I'm like, you're like circles. You got to twist you got to turn your hands into circles, not just whatever. Lifting my feet up, like
Not a
it's
square.
not what.
A square when you're turning the rope. Yeah, those are just cues, right, to get you moving properly. But a lot of times we're focusing on something outside of the load, like we're focusing on getting to this number, or I want to get to this rep count as fast as I can. But if you are moving properly, that's going to come, right? So just be patient with yourselves. Focus on the foundation. Once you build the foundation, the load is going to get there.
The weight.
Yeah.
You mean build like weight?
Yes, the weight.
I'm sorry. Sometimes people don't know
I know.
what those things
I'm sorry. The
are.
weight. The weight.
Um,
Yeah.
so how do you work? One thing again, another thing I noticed about you is that you're very in tune to injury. Like, I have this funny shoulder. I say it's kind of icy, not necessarily frozen,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a little cold, right? And you're very focused on that, right? When we do movements and what have you. So how are you like so in tune to that? Like with my back, like my low back or my hip, etc. Like my feet, right? So making like my heels are always hurting. So you're good at making adjustments, right?
Yeah, I
For
think
me.
it just comes with my background. So, like you mentioned in the beginning, I did study health science, pre-physical therapy at FAMU. So I was just very knowledgeable about the body. So that just comes with educating yourselves as a trainer, right? You have to be in tune with the body. You have to study it, because if you don't know how to look for something that's not done properly with your client, then they're going to just continue to perform in those movement patterns that are not the best for the client, right? So
Right.
just studying the body, um, studying through certifications, just educating yourself is going to allow you to know what to look for when you're moving properly.
So okay, so I'm sure you have people come to you and saying they want to lose weight. Like I want to lose 30
Yeah.
pounds. And like, how do you guide somebody through that? Right. Because people,
All right. Nicole,
what did Nicole say?
her back hurts.
Okay.
Or
Sorry.
hurts.
Here.
Hurts. Well, we're working on that, Nicole. So, Nicole, we need to fire your glutes a little bit, get those glutes a little stronger, hamstrings, and make sure that you're stretching.
So Nicole's back hurts. So you said
Mm-hmm.
she needs to fire up her glutes. And what is
Mm-hmm.
they fire them up?
Get them stronger, right? Activate them more. So, not by just doing. So that's when we talk about those corrective exercises, right? Those accessory movements. So we talked about the big movements, the deadlifts, the squats. So there are some smaller movements that we can do to correct those muscles that are not activating properly. That's just kind of my background. I'm not a physical therapist, so I've studied just different movement patterns or smaller movements that we can do to help to activate things like that are not firing, that can get us to
Well, you
injuries.
know my answer to try to alleviate some of that inflammation, and that is what? Castor oil.
Castor oil,
Nobody wants
yes,
to
and stretching.
and I'm just saying, if my back is hurting, I put the castor oil on, and the next day
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to work,
So
right?
also that gets back to our big three, right? So addressing any pain Am I fueling my body properly? Am I sleeping properly? Sleep is also in that, or recovery is also in that category of sleep, or sleep is in the category of recovery, which is also yoga, Pilates, just things that keep us in tune.
So, okay, can I work out if I hurt my knee at work? It feels inflamed. Are your Spark Fit people playing?
They are. They're trolling me a little bit. Can I
Okay,
work out?
you know you're gonna pay for it. You know how
So
Jocelyn moves.
we can work around that, right? So we can modify the workout if you are experiencing type of injury. Yeah, we can work around that, but we do want to address that injury in some
And I will
capacity.
tell you, you need to put some castor oil on your leg and
Castor.
wrap it. I'm
Yeah,
just
there
saying,
you
I'm
go.
not playing. It's not funny. Google it. Castor oil is a natural anti-inflammatory. Like seriously. Okay. And I'm not making this up. I'm not saying it heals the injury. I'm saying it will reduce the inflammation. I mean, I put castor oil underneath my eyes, right? When my eyes are swollen. So
Mm-hmm.
look, I swear by it. But anywho's, okay. So we have like 5 more minutes with Jocelyn. If you guys have
Ooh, time
questions,
is flying.
I know,
Get
right?
some pain
If you have
meds.
questions, get some
Oh,
pain meds and go to the gym. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I'm the queen of naproxen, so if I need it, I will take naproxen. Thank you, Bella's 0130. You know I love you. Um, but I think the net of this conversation, the net of this conversation is movement, movement, movement. Oh, turmeric tea. Yes.
turmeric tea. Yes.
Yes.
So
Turmeric is a
anything that
great
we
inflammatory.
can help with getting rid of inflammation, right? So turmeric is great. Castor oil works.
Oh,
Yes.
that's my mom.
Hey, mom.
Because she knows that castor oil works. But I feel like movement is important. We
Mm-hmm.
all know that. The Spark Fit tribe, all in the building, understands that. They get it. But those that don't, you have to prioritize yourself. Like you have
Right.
to. It matters. Like you matter. So if you're out working so much, doing all this, taking care of the family, all the rest of it, and dedicating no time to you and not putting your oxygen mask on,
Pour into
that is problematic,
yourselves. Yes. Pour into yourself.
right? And I look at my training like it's paying my mortgage. Like seriously,
Mm.
full stop. I don't play with that mess. Like I need Jocelyn. I need her,
Oh,
right? And because she's added so much value to my life. So I encourage all of you to get somebody in your life that can guide you through this. Because guess what? This aging thing is not a game. We are fighting against the grain. Wouldn't you agree with that, Jocelyn? We're fighting against the grain with all the toxins and all the rest of it in the air, in the food, everything.
right.
Right? We need something to counteract that. And movement and intentional movement, um, and lifting weights will get us through this menopause business. Help us build muscle so we can be strong.
Perimenopause.
You need Jocelyn too? Oh,
Oh,
who's that?
they are trolling me. I
Yes.
can't wait to see them
What's not
tomorrow. I can't
for
wait.
punks? Mommy, what's not for punks?
Your
I heard my
body
mother
is your
say
house.
not for punks. My mother said not for punks. What is she talking about? What's not for punks, mommy?
But before we get off, I do have a
Go
question
ahead.
for the audience. So this was a great debate that we had here recently, and it almost ended our agreement, our friendship. So who is a better dancer between
Oh my gosh.
J Lo and
Y'all,
Beyonce? And
okay.
then, okay, go on, Stacey. Let them
Here's
answer.
here's the thing. So Jocelyn absolutely loves Beyonce. I
Because
I
she's
think
good at what
Beyonce is
she
great,
does.
but she's not. I could take her or leave
Okay.
her. Is J Lo, who choreographed for Janet Jackson and was a fly girl.
J Lo couldn't even sell out State Farm Arena
That's
recently.
not the
If she
point. We're
was
talking about
a better
dancing.
dancer, she would sell out State Farm
Okay,
Arena.
you
All
guys.
right, let's get back
Do you
to.
see it? J
All right.
Lo,
Ooh,
no,
ooh,
J Lo,
ooh! They're coming in,
Beyonce
coming
too.
in, coming in.
J Lo, who?
J
Okay,
Lo, who?
stop it, you.
All right. How do you want to
We
end
want
this?
to end this by saying what, Jocelyn? You tell us what we need to tell us something.
I can leave Queen Bee.
Wow, I think they both dance well, just different styles. Okay.
Hey, just continue to pour into yourselves, right? We can't be our best selves if we don't take care of this, right?
Yeah.
And we want to function at the highest level. So focus on those three things to function at the highest level: movement, nutrition, recovery. Come see
Movement.
us at Spark
Oh,
Fit Training in
wait,
Marietta,
wait. I have a
Georgia.
question. Hold on
Yes,
really quick. Are you taking new clients?
always.
Do you do virtual? You said you do virtual
Yeah,
clients, right? So y'all
virtual.
send Joslyne a DM if you want some guidance, right? Doesn't mean you have to do
Yeah,
more than
reach
3 days.
out at Coach Joslyne or at Spark Fit Training. We would love to see you in the building.
Or virtually,
Yes.
right? And you don't need to necessarily do 3 days a week like I do. Everybody has to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I love y'all.
We love you.
Spark Fit, y'all my people. Y'all showed up for us tonight, and I appreciate that. Bravo.
Peace
We
on.
love you. Thanks, everybody. Oh, wait. I want to do it too.
Okay.
Oh, look. You see it?
Where are my rattlers?
Oh, I'm not doing that. What am I doing that for? I'm not a
I don't
rattler.
know.
Bye, y'all. All right,
Bye. This
everybody
was
have a
fun.
good
Let's do it
one.
again. Let's check in next month.
Yeah,
And see
Jocelyn's
how
going
our
to
goals are
join us
going.
once a month, and we're going to chat it out, and we're going to talk about something new. So if you have some more questions or you want to see something else from Joss and myself and Joss, just send us messages. All right, we'll talk soon, guys. See you next Wednesday.
See you tomorrow or see you
All
Friday.
right.
Bye.
Yes, see you Friday, Jossie. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Appreciate you.